From the beginning of the war in Ukraine, we know that the Ukrainian government, particularly President Volodymyr Zelensky, has done a good job in spreading his message. Well, apparently Russia would like to get in on that because just a bit ago, about a month ago, they apparently tapped dozens and dozens of influencers to participate in some sort of coordinated TikTok campaign. And joining us to break it down is the researcher who broke this story, Abby Richards, a TikTok disinformation researcher, joins us now. Abby, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Glad to have you on. I was fascinated when I originally read your piece about this. So tell us a little bit about what happened. It was presented as happening organically, right?
Yeah, and it's hard to make a claim that it was definitively created inorganically, but what we identified was over 180 Russian influencers who were involved in this seemingly organized propaganda campaign using the caption "Russian Lives Matter" and participating in 3 TikTok trends to promote Russia's war in Ukraine. So 12 of those influencers were verified on TikTok and several had over 1 million followers. So we were talking about pretty big influencers here. And of the 197 videos that we identified, 91% were uploaded between March 5th and 6th. So that's just 2 days, which makes it look a little bit less organic, though again, hard to say exactly what happened behind the scenes.
Particularly when it's not like this is dozens and dozens of political influencers who might be expected to opine on the political news of the day. These were people who did all sorts of different content normally.
Yeah, there was like a makeup influencer, a couple of prank accounts, pretty traditional viral TikTok accounts when you think of just like a basic TikTok influencer. So not necessarily political TikTokers by any means.
Okay, and what did these videos look like?
So there were 3 trends. The first was the creator would be kneeling, holding a sign that described perceived injustices against Russia. And then they would stand up and turn that sign around and it would say Russian Lives Matter. And then the second trend was actually using an existing TikTok dance to the song Swang, but they replaced a part of the dance so that it featured them making a Z with their hands, which is alluding to like it's a pro-war symbol in Russia. And then similarly, the third was a meme about how real women pose their hands in this Z shape as well.
I don't even understand the point that is attempting to be made there, except that it is pro-war. I get that part at the very least.
Yeah.
There was nothing in any of these videos that identified that they might have been asked to or paid to participate in anything like this, right?
Not explicitly, though there was some sloppy copy paste in the captions. So for instance, we saw one caption that when we translated it from Russian, said, "You can publish description," and then Russian Lives Matter, #RLM. Almost like basically every video had the caption, Russian Lives Matter, RLM identically. There were just a couple of typos and sloppy copy pastes.
Yeah. Come on, if you're gonna be a government overseer of a propaganda campaign, you gotta check your work, make sure that they're not just copying and pasting.
Yeah.
So that was in the initial days of the war. Have you seen a continuation of anything like this or an evolution of it? Is this an experiment that it seems like Russia wants to continue?
It's hard to say. I haven't seen any similar organized campaigns since this, but I can't say for sure what they've been doing within like their own country. Okay. What stuck out about this was in particular that the caption was English language.
Sure. And you've reported previously about the spread of misinformation on TikTok specifically. And so I'm curious that can be bad in any topic when you're talking about war. It seems particularly high stakes. So how has TikTok helped to facilitate the spread of misinformation?
Yeah, what we learned really, especially in the early moments and like early days of the invasion, is that TikTok's platform design is incompatible with a crisis moment. And when there is an information vacuum and people are kind of panicked, but then they want to know what's going on, but we don't really have very much information, it is very easy for TikTok to fill that vacuum with misinformation, and for that information to go very viral.
Okay. And does it seem like this is something that TikTok is taking seriously? Have concerns been raised to them about, in particular, misinformation around topics of war? Is this something that they're working on?
It is difficult for me to say what they are doing internally. I know that something I would like to see them do is start including the post date on the video when you're scrolling on the For You page. Right now, when you're just scrolling on the home page of TikTok, you can't actually see the date that a video was originally posted. So a lot of old and out of context videos were going viral in those early days of the invasion just because there was no post date on the videos.
Yeah, I have noticed that and always thought that that was weird. I assume it's done to produce more sort of the veneer of evergreenness to content, but I've definitely thought that that's weird. For me, it's just sort of an inconvenience and wondering when my friends posted something. But when it comes to an issue of war, it takes on an added level of seriousness, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you breaking down these trends. TikTok is an increasingly important part of a lot of people's, not just entertainment browsing, everything, but news as well. So what happens there does matter. Where can people follow more of your work?
Yeah, you can follow me on TikTok at Tofology or at Twitter. It's Abby ASR.
Abby Richards, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.